at night you can see all the little marks from the cement. They must have a phosphorescence. So like there's one, and that one's actually just a little bit of sand spilled there. But just look for matching. See, there's two spots right in this exact center on that one right there. So let's see. You can see them phosphoresce. It's easy to tell what's a scratch and what's on top at night. Let's see, so the black one right in the center has 5 dots, and the one next to it has 1 dot. It's not as clear on the video as it is to my eyes. Right there, the one in the center right there is the, let's see, you can just see some dots. Right at the bottom between where it gets just below the light is where you kind of see them the best. So you can see some on the black one right in the center of the screen, the one right in front of the edge of the house, the brown one that's cut. Actually see, looks like some on that brick right there, but let's see. Yep. The one right in the center. Oh, there's one right there, right in the center of the screen on this border. There's some on the black one right there in the center of the screen. There's some right on the orange one, right in the center of the screen. Kind of see the spot right there. You can tell by touching it, it's smooth. There's more spots right here. Kind of see the ones that kind of have a different color to them. Nice bright white. It's like a phosphorescence or something. Just like little spots, like white spots here. Right in the center of the screen. Like right there. You can see it's like on top. And it moves. But that's the same material. That's just a little dried piece of the cement. There's actually some over here too. Let's see if it shows. It's like on that black one. and the gray one right there. Kind of same color. Let's see. Oh, there's a little spot right there. There's actually some little spots on this brick right here, right in the center, or right here by the front porch. But you can see these spots like this. You can kind of feel, you see there's a gray powder on it. It's where there's no spot, it's a different color. This is still loose. These like a white spot here. So some of them got dropped on today maybe, or I don't know why they're still so like that. There's some that are underneath the glue. They don't feel quite as, yeah, they're kind of underneath the glue. So when the sand went in, then there's like a little film of the glue, it's sticky stuff, so it was all kind of, the pavers were sticky. You can see it like, let's see if that was sand. Sometimes there's a little sand, like right here. So last night that would have felt really sticky, but now it's all dried on there on my garage floor. Probably come off with a putty knife. I'll see a couple dots here in the corner. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're not. So there's a. Let's see. Oh, there's one right in the center. Oh, there it is. Right there. Oh, that one's loose. That one's loose too. It's kind of weird. So that must be just fallen off of the chair maybe when I put it up there. But it's that color, so when you see that color at night, like here's a little bit on here. You can see it. Just kind of filled in the, that's filled in. If you had some sandpaper, you might be able to get that out, or maybe just scrub it with the little, whatever works, water in a brush or something. A couple dots here. It's really easy to see it at night because it has a different color, really shows up. Especially with the light. See like 4 dots on this one. Just has that different look. See a couple bright spots over here. It shows up. So it's not like coming from the factory like that. Here's one. So you can see, you know, so the other bricks have white spots. See those white spots? They all have like different white spots, but at night, that one type of whatever it is, cement or whatever, it shows. So the walkway was done by Manuel, and the driveway was done by Javier. There's a spot right there. See right here, right here. I guess this. I don't know. Doesn't really show up as much. Let's see if it looks like this. It has that. So when it's not very
some of the marks are not as pronounced. So to my eyes, it looks like the brick right here has a big old white line of, it looks to my eye like it has a big line of cement, but it's, oh, maybe it does right there, a little bit. But the scratch doesn't show up. So you can see it doesn't really show up with the light. It's different than the nice white things. Let's see, I better just walk it and see. Oh, look at this. This is kind of a mess here. This is over by where they were cutting the stones right there.
Yeah, it's just, some of them feel smooth, but you can't, that doesn't always work. Because some of the scratches can feel smooth, but this light really does show. I was actually wondering if like a black light might, see, it's just so apparent. That one smears. You can see what happens with the light. So the light makes it so you can see the difference between how the bricks came and big one right there. And a little one. See, those are little ones, but see that one I can just rub and smear it. It's not underneath the sand, so that might have happened today. So I don't know what's under the sand and what's from today. So like this one's. So I guess this needs to be hosed off. So we could, down here where they were cleaning up today. Let's see, this is, we had plastic down, so I don't know. That might be underneath the, yeah, so we'll probably need to just need to water and brush, get some of this just from today, but let's just keep it going down the edge here. Yeah, there's a spot on, you can see the spot there. On the edge of that one and the one spot there. Right now we have another problem, which is little pieces of cement like this. This one right here. You can see like that one right in the middle of the screen. See how it's sitting on top of the paver? There's a whole bunch of those around. This just down here by the street.
so I'm not really sure why.
It's nice. It's on top. This one, I don't know why it's like that.
You can kind of tell, like, this one feels rough.
So it's like, I'm not sure, but this one's smooth. You can feel that the little pores are filled.
That's kind of how I've been really trying to be sure about what's going on here. And there's a splash right when you walk up my driveway. It's right next to the street in the middle. That's my low spot. Another low spot. Well, that's a new one. That's where they broke out the curb with this machine. You should see the video of it. It's incredible how hard he hit this thing. But anyway, that's another story. So this is kind of a disaster right here. Look at this. I don't really remember seeing all that. So this is, some of this might be new from today. And those are probably from today. But you can see it's just the same stuff. It's the same color. So I'll have to do this again tomorrow night down here after it's cleaned. So that's pretty many. So I guess I need to get permission so I could go do this at my neighbor's, because that's the driveway that I wanted to copy. And I actually called the guy to just have him come and do it, but he didn't work at that company anymore. So then I found the company that I used.
I don't know why it would be that shape. Oh, that's on top.
But still, you can see it. All looks the same. You can see it's messier by the edges. There's quite a bit on this goldstone.
Just all around the edges here, over here. There's a lot of stuff on top of my bricks that shouldn't be. We have cockroaches. Oh no, it's not. Cricket. Yay, good luck. Yay. The good luck cricket. Okay.
Yep, there's a big dot there. That one smears good. Yeah. That's pretty many right there. As you can see, along the edge of this brick right here.
spots on there. Like actually quite a bit in here. I didn't realize that. Okay, I'm getting tired. So that's what I'm talking about.
Right there. Little pieces of cement. So it just shows you. I don't know where all this came from.
Oh, I know. The guy, Lewis, had
Had it on his feet, and then he came up to the door to get some water that I offered him. Water from the freezer. Well, I put it in the freezer for him, so it could be really cold.
yeah, that's just. That's, oh, those are under the cement. Let's see if you scratch it. It's loose underneath, even though it's glued on now.
This is kind of a mess right here. Look. Right here.
You can see it. It's actually on top. The pores are filled. This one was actually sitting on top. Alright, I guess so I got the camera here. You can see that one sitting up above. This black one's got quite a bit. Let's see.
There's quite a bit right here. Look at all. Look at that.
So this must be. This is just the brick, but it doesn't have any coating on it, so it's phosphorescing just like the cement. These little cement pieces that they were using.
Not sure what that was for. Oh, that's from cutting the bricks. So these are droppings from when the bricks were cut, and then cut it, and they bring it over here. And so we didn't have plastic over here for when he carried them. So that's probably my fault, because I was pretty on top of everybody about doing that. But he did start using more plastic. Must have asked Caesar.
Okay, I think that looks like it might be for today. Yeah.
Because they carried stuff. Oh, they carried the some equipment out. see if I turn off my porch light. Might be the LED lights that make it happen, not the, thing. That might just be, anyway.
You can tell it's like these little dots where they dropped water or it was on there. See, we could probably scratch that and loosen it up.
This black one has quite a bit. These bricks actually look like they just weren't washed very well. They have like a coating. See how they're all kind of a little bit more shiny? Like, look at that. And that. These all look fine, and then you come around here. These kind of look like they have a little coat of that. They weren't washed well, actually, is what it looks like. Oh! Manuel probably cut all of these because that might have been, maybe that was the day that Jose took off. But I don't know. Hard to tell. But I guess these won't really be cut, huh? But Manuel did the whole walk, so maybe this was just because I didn't put plastic down. It just looks like, well, like, let's just take this brick for example. That black one. It has a lot of discoloration in the brick next to it. And see all the stuff lighten up. So I think that there's a coating because these bricks actually just have that look. But these don't. So maybe it's just there's just so many dots that it just whitens everything up. Let's go back here. We already walked this area. Just hang on a second. Okay, so there's a couple spots there.
And you could almost feel it where it's smooth, where all the pores have been filled. Some of this might be from today, like that one.
Some of them are underneath the glue that was in the sand. There's just go along and see what we find. Try to do the whole thing at once. So there's a couple dots over here. There's one black one right there. And there's a couple right there. One right there. This is where we are. Over here, that's probably from today. That's from today. That's just sitting on top.
That's actually on top. It's interesting. See that before. I don't know if you can see that. It's actually sitting up on the this one especially. But it's sitting on top. You feel it.
So here we've got some over here by the door. Let's see. So over here. I really like that one. So there's a spot.
There's one. Here's one. Let's see.
There's one. There's where we are. Oh, that junk.
It's interesting. You have two little lines there.
So there's a lot of these white spots that didn't come from the factory.
So
Be interesting to get a chemical analysis of it if anybody's wondering.
because the composition of the top of the paver is going to be different than the composition of the stuff, this little powdery stuff.
I'm pretty sure anyway. So yeah, so here's some spots over here, and here, there. Some more there. Those two, a little one over there.
That's a spot, that's a spot.
So far with this video,
It's been pretty reliable.
here we are right here next to the faucet.
See, 3 spots on this one.
It's really easy to tell. 2 spots on that one. Spot on that one. This one. It's from cutting these bricks. Look at all of them right here where all these bricks were cut and put together. That's what's happening is they went and got the bricks, brought them back, dripped some stuff, and dried. Possibly. This is my first time experiencing paver installation, but there's definitely there. You can see it hopefully you can see it. Let's see, there, over here, here, there, there. That's a pretty, that's one that shows up a lot.
It's a little bright one. It's not a scratch, it's smooth.
If it's a scratch and it goes all the way through to the cement, probably had some effervescence also.
But it's just a different color.
You can really see it at night. Look at that. That's really not very good. Oh yeah, we'll buy the message. Here we go. It's actually kind of depressing. I didn't realize that it was this bad. I mean, I knew that there wasn't enough care being given, in my opinion, but again, I said that my background as a process expert, I used to go to companies and help them improve the process, and then I'd take all the savings because I was the buyer. So I'm a total process expert. I have, if I could find them, I have some really good references on it. So again, here we have an area with a lot of cuts and a lot of so it could be just getting on the person's shoes, because there's like, they'd be walking, there'd be a big puddle of this stuff, and so if you looked at any of their shoes, it's going to have all of this, it'll be this color, you know, during the day when they're here anyway. So they're, you know, I mean, they use bricks to walk on the bricks and try to keep it clean, but unless you have plastic down, I would say you're going to risk having this problem, because it's going to be hard to keep off the shoes of the cutter. So, let's see. There's one. This one's over here by the family room. Here. Yep, smooth, smooth, smooth.
See, and this is a little white without the light, but that's
You can see the difference. You know, these are spots.
these are not supposed to be there. You don't pay $6 a brick to have them spotted, or whatever it was.
Here's another job with some cuts. So
This looks pretty bad right here and right here.
of course, there's quite a bit here. Well, you can see them yourself here. You got one there, there, those two, that one. Oh, that one's really apparent. And then, I don't know what this is, I guess. This is a lot of cuts in this area.
That one's right on top. It's on top too. It's a lot of
spots on that one. Right there. And 4. And here's some more. That might be, that's not really it. That's a chip. And here's a spot. Oh my goodness, those are right in. It's all underneath the glue. So all these have a sticky coating right now. Kind of sticky, you could tell that it's not the paver anymore. It's like sealed with the polymer sand goop. This is really distressing because however much I got the plastic down or ask them to change the water, that they'd use the same water, cut like, 300 bricks without changing the water, then they say, oh, it's only water. Well, guess what? It's water that is fully contaminated with all of the liquid, all the solids dispersed in the liquid. Yep, that's it. That's one. We're right here by the plant. There's quite a few. Okay, so 2 on that stone. That one's pretty big right there. Here we are right over here now too. Look at this one. It's big, big. Over here. Here. So this one might be a scratch, and then this one is the these 2 are drips, and this one might be a scratch. There was a little bit of damage from loading, from not carefully placing them. So like I wish that Lewis was over here working on this job, because he's so careful with the bricks. Oh, this is pretty bad. I guess we probably saw this from the other side. So, yeah, so this is quite a bit of in here. See, right here and here. Let's see, that was on top still. Let's see, that one's on top. This one's on top. This one's on top. That looks like a bird poop, but it's just a dot. This one has a whole bunch. That is. This is kind of messy right here. Let's see, that one is for sure. So this one has a different color, if you can see it. This one is
is not from the factory. Those two are from the factory, probably. See, this is gray, and this is a little bit more tan. Some of them even look like,
It's dug in.
That's on top. So if I dug in one, you can see it looks different. I think it's dug in. It might just be dug in from maybe it isn't. Have to look closer and see if they filled the
With the magnifying glass, you can check for sure because you can tell if the all the pores were filled or they're intact. But anyway, it's almost like every paver probably almost has something on it. It looks like. But it's a process, so if the process is flawed, I bet I could go to every one of the jobs that you've done and they'd have the same problem because that's the process they're using. Not changing the water frequently enough that they dip the, 5-gallon jug of water, you dip, by the time you dip like probably 20 to somewhere in there in bricks, it's going to start having a lot of particulate. By the time you do hundreds and the water is gray, when you pour it out, there's, a quarter cup of cement dust. So let's see, that's on top. So I don't know why this is acceptable. It's not acceptable to me. This is on top. This is right here next to the cornhole. So I don't know why that's okay. And we've been here already, so we'll call it a night. So anyway, I'm really disappointed. There's way more problems than I had imagined. It's pretty clear, there's, you can just see it at night really easy. And then you can check those bricks later. Should have taken pictures all around. Been here, so okay, we'll call it a night. But it's like the cars, 50 miles an hour and 50 feet away, it just looks gorgeous paint job, and I get a lot of compliments. But I paid for a job that would be better than this because I hired the best paver installers in the Bay Area. So we could go do a video at some of my neighbors' driveways and we could do a comparison. I'll get permission to do this at night and we'll see how they look. And then we'll really find out on the process of cutting and preventing that stuff from getting on the pavers. We'll see who's the best at that. Alrighty, good night.